All right, hello, everybody. Welcome to another live stream from us here over at Fat Ninja.
Hey,
I'm raging. I'm here with our lovely writer Steve and our lovely host Jamie.
Hi.
Sarah is currently unable to make it, but she will hopefully join us in the future. But make sure you check out her. She's uploading some small behind-the-scenes clips on her Instagram, which is SEA_J94. So make sure you head over there and check that out. Some quick updates to the channel. We are going to go forward and do more and more of the reviews and breakdowns. We're going to stick with the format that we've been doing, where if it's not a super complicated big movie, we're just going to condense the review and breakdown together. And if it's warranting a bigger talk about it, we're going to do a separate breakdown videos on Fridays, and then TV show episodes usually the day after or 2 days after the episode is aired, to give people enough time to watch it, because those reviews will contain spoilers, but don't worry, we'll warn you when those spoilers come up. Other information is starting next year. We have now split the gaming and the video content on our channel, so we'll have continue to do film and film related content on this main channel here, and then any gaming streams and re-uploads and stuff will go to the secondary channel, which is at fat_ninjas_gaming.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Make sure to check that out.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, and starting in next year as well, we will be kicking off our major fundraiser as well as our Patreon to raise funds for our next short film. Finally, I think we're situated. By then, the studio will be finished being built, so that we can actually do some filming, which is going to be great. And yeah, I think that about covers it. Anybody else have any news they want to share about the channel? Something that you're looking forward to or whatever, before we move on to movies?
yeah, more subscribers. Come on, guys.
Yeah, come on. Actually watch.
Yeah, watch it. The videos are pretty good, all right? Just watch the whole thing. They're fun.
Yeah,
We have fun.
Well, there you go. You heard it from the mouth of babes themselves. All right. So let's start off with films coming out this month. We've already had two of them release. The Toxic Avenger, which released actually on August 28th. And The Conjuring Last Rites, which released last night. But if you want to know anything about The Toxic Avenger, just watch our review. We'll keep it, everything about that movie is in there already. And The Conjuring Last Rites review will be out on Wednesday if you want to wait for that. But as far as first impressions go, I was not impressed. I was kind of bored throughout the film, up until the last 20 minutes when they just threw everything at the screen, and it went crazy. But the films are tired. The franchise, I think, needs to either take a break or it just needs to rethink itself.
I mean, like the last two have gotten mixed reviews, so
yeah, they're just
this one. I can say
they're just basically recycling the plot and the same jump scares and everything, and it's just. They're imitating what James Wan did. There's no real creativity in the films, which is what brings them down.
Sorry, the one that came out before this, I don't remember what the name of is.
The Devil Made Me Do It.
Yeah, The Devil Made Me Do It. I wish it imitated James Wan. It didn't even do that. At least we would have got some, like, the leads, you can watch them and they're interesting, but that's about it.
Well, Katie says that it was better than 3.
That's what I've heard. But
hello, Python Katie. Welcome to the chat. It's the first time I think I've seen you in the chat. No, to be honest,
because I was harassing her.
if they had leaned more heavily into the courtroom drama aspect, I think it could have been interesting that way and had supernatural shit happen in the courtroom. Even if it doesn't reflect what really happened in reality, it would have been cool, But they started off doing like a courtroom drama, and then it turned into a generic Conjuring style whatever. And I think that's what its downfall was.
Katie says hi.
All right, let's talk about some movies coming up. First up on the list, Him. Now, I talked a little bit to Jamie about this before the stream started. Yeah. I have actually seen this film already, but
this is the one that's produced by Jordan Peele, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to say any spoilers, so I'm gonna let you guys talk about it.
Well, I love to see Marlon Wayans in anything. Is he playing like a serious part?
Yes, I do believe so.
I mean, it's a horror comedy.
Okay, well, I'm surprised I should get on that.
Put it this way, it's very much in line with other Jordan Peele.
Okay, then I'm in for that. And it's also
so this is about an up and coming football player who is invited to train at an isolated compound on another team's aging quarterback.
Okay.
So we're gonna see a little bit of that.
That was the guy that was just in I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yes.
I'm looking up what his name is.
He was the jerk.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I don't remember his name. I can't pronounce it.
Yes, that's the one about the football player.
Yeah. If I'm mispronouncing this, I'm sorry. Tyreek Withers.
My non-spoiler thoughts of this film is it's shot well. It is creative, but anybody who's white is not going to really connect with this film because it is the thematic elements of the film are there to speak directly to black families.
That's okay.
Especially black families coming out of, let's say, poorer neighborhoods. That's what this film is targeting.
But I do think that means white people should watch it.
But they're not. To them, they're only going to see the spooky elements. They're not going to because they. Let's put it this way: if you haven't grown up in a black household, you're not going to have the same cultural understandings, the same kind of fear of in society and stuff like that. And the film doesn't. What's cool about the film is it doesn't try to exposition dump that stuff, but that means that if you didn't experience it yourself, you won't really understand it unless you're looking for it. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, no, I get it.
Okay. So
it's speaking more to their community versus
it's a good film, but for me, it's not a movie for me. It's not a movie that I'm going to keep in my collection. Let's put it that way. That and I really just don't care about football.
I like football. I might like this.
I like Friday Night Lights, so
don't get me wrong. I like my sports dramas occasionally, but this is definitely not a sports drama. This is a heavily psychological thriller with horror comedy elements.
Gotcha.
But no, I love football, so this might appeal a little bit more to me.
Next up on the list, this is one I am definitely looking forward to next Friday, The Long Walk.
Stephen King adaptation?
Yeah. Now, it's a short story originally, The Long Walk. It's not I believe he started writing it under his pseudonym, Richard Bachman, or Bachman, whatever.
Yeah.
And it's more in line with those kind of novels where it's like the book is heavily violent. Now, early reviews of the film have said the film is heavily violent, which excites me. They did age up the characters in the book. I mean, they're as young as like 9-10 years old doing this.
Yeah, thing. I was gonna say, weren't they really young in that book?
In the movie, they're between, like anybody before 18 basically can do this, right? And it's a post-apocalyptic story where basically the world's resources are low, and in order to win a bunch of money and like free food and stuff like that, anybody who's young gets to do this, and there can only be one winner. And they basically, this is how they do population control because they kill all the other kids, And so
It's actually directed by Francis Lawrence, who did the Hunger Games.
Yeah, which is hilarious because this is he probably gets to go fully rated R this time around, whereas Hunger Games they tried to mass market it to teens. This one is definitely not teenager friendly. But the ending of the book is very psychologically damaging. Let's put it that way, right? I wonder if they're going to change it for the movie. That is my biggest...
More than likely they are, because they're going to want like some kind of happy ending or something, but...
See, that's my worry, because the book ends... I wouldn't say tragically, but it ends... The protagonist is broken from everything that has happened, right? He's just done. There is nothing... He's just a shell of himself.
There's nothing left.
Yeah. And so... it's very what's that word that I'm looking for where everything is nihilistic, you know.
There you go.
But you know, the movie might end with a little bit more hopeful things, or it might like do what Frank Darabont did with The Mist and completely do a brand new ending where maybe nobody survives, or you know, they turn against their military overlords or whatever. One thing that has got me hyped is Mark Hamill as the Major General, the guy who's leading this whole race or whatever you want to call it, you know. And because the character in the book is sadistic as hell, and you know everybody knows Mark Hamill played the Joker, so it's nice to see him be able to go full villain again on screen.
Yeah, he's a good villain.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was also Chucky too.
Right. Wow.
Yes.
Less said about that film, the better.
I think
it'll be interesting, and Tim, you'll have to let me know how it goes.
I'm excited. I'm going to go see it with Anthony, Kyle, and Casey. So a whole group of us. It'll be fun.
Yeah, me over here in Timbuktu.
Well, I mean, you could join us if you can get out to Menominee Falls.
I know.
But
that's quite a distance, though.
But the film comes out next Friday, September 12th, or the upcoming Friday, I should say, on September 12th. And it's rated R, and I believe it is an hour and 40-something minutes. So it's not too long. You know, they didn't stretch it out unnecessarily. And I can guarantee you, if it follows the book, it's going to be a gore fest. So for some of you who are gore hounds out there, this is definitely something you want to look forward to.
Steve, you doing your happy dance over there?
Happy dance.
Steve likes his gore.
I do.
Next up, well, there's a movie called Steve, starring Cillian Murphy.
Yep.
Yes. He's the head teacher in charge of a school for troubled boys.
He also produces the movie.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, that just premiered at TIFF too.
Mm-hmm. It looks interesting. I love Cillian Murphy. I think he's a fantastic actor, and I like that it's not the typical American teacher in a school, you know, fighting racism and fighting poverty and whatever. That this is actually showing a perspective from outside of the U.S. You know, I believe it's set in Ireland. Yeah.
I would say Ireland. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense because Cillian Murphy's Irish, right?
Yeah.
I believe so. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on that.
He's Irish.
Yeah. I mean, he does such a good job, you know, masking his accent, I should say. But
he still lets it slip every now and again.
Yeah. I can give him a pass.
Right, I can too, but I just love hearing it.
Yeah.
I think one of his most underrated films is Red Eye.
Oh, that one's so good. I'm a Wes Craven fan, so
I think that's the movie that got him the role of the Scarecrow, or he got that role because of playing the Scarecrow, one way or the other.
Probably.
So yeah,
but that'll be released on Netflix in October on the 3rd.
Oh, it got pushed back. I thought it was coming out in September.
Well, I mean, it still premiered this month. Like I said, it
premiered this month at the Toronto Film Festival. Was it?
Is it going to be in any like select theaters?
No,
I think
it's purely
limited theater
Netflix.
release. On the
Yeah, some of them get limited theater releases.
yeah
No,
that
this
way
one
they
is purely Netflix.
hold on. I swear I saw it was unless they were talking about TIFF, but that would be weird.
I'd love to go to one of those again. They've gotten so expensive, though.
Wait. In
What
select
isn't
theaters,
expensive nowadays?
That's very true.
yeah, in select theaters, September 19th.
Okay, so I did read that right. Okay, so it'll probably be AMC. AMC and Netflix have a deal, right? So it'll probably be select AMC theaters. But you heard it there, September 19th. All right, next up is Adulthood. This movie looks funny. It reminds me of movies like Game Night and Date Night and all that stuff.
Okay.
A clumsy couple basically stumble into some sort of murder plot.
No, it's a pair of siblings that find a dead body in their parents' basement.
Yeah.
So funny, it's directed by Alex Winter, and you guys might know him as Bill S. Preston from Bill and Ted.
Yep.
So it looks like he's behind the director's chair on that.
He's also directed a few horror films beforehand, right?
Maybe.
He was in the documentary In Search of Darkness talking about it. He directed a really shitty horror film way back in the 90s about all these different monsters and stuff like that. And Keanu Reeves is even in it, playing like Frankenstein or some shit. It's hilarious.
Wait, it's called Freaked?
Freaks.
Yeah, 90.
Freaked. Yeah.
Okay, I have to watch this. Yeah, he directed it with Tom Stern, whoever that is.
Yeah, that was his first directorial film, and it's something. Let's put it that way. If you like films like Idle Hands, you're gonna love Freaked.
Yeah, it's fun.
Idle Hands was a fun movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's very, very 90s, very acid jeans and all that stuff, right?
90s nostalgia 101.
Keanu Reeves is almost unrecognizable as one of the freaks. It's hilarious. But no, let's go back to Adulthood. What's the plot again?
A pair of siblings who find a dead body in their parents' house.
Yeah. So everything from the trailer. I mean, this movie is. I believe it's rated R. Everything in this trailer, it's the snowman from Frozen, right? What's his name?
Olaf.
No, the actor.
Oh yeah.
Gaff, Josh Gaff.
Josh Gad.
Yeah. He's one of them, and I forgot who his sister is. But
remember that Billy Lord's in there too. That's Carrie Fisher's daughter.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. But it looks funny. It looks over the top. I mean, it'll probably be very by the numbers for these kind of films. Car chase scenes in a minivan, or you know what I mean, like really ridiculous. I want to surprise the audience type of stunts, but that's not saying that's a bad thing, because that's popcorn bait. If you're just trying to veg out on a weekend. I don't know if I would see this one in theaters, but I definitely want to see it. I think it looks interesting.
I could entirely pass on this one.
Yeah, no, not for you.
No, I'm not a comedy person.
Not a comedy person?
No.
Oh boy.
What about you, Steve?
Can't find anything that really finds funny.
What?
Is this one on your list?
Oh, I mean, it is now. I don't know if I'm going to see the theater, but because I haven't been to the theater, and I don't even remember what the last thing I saw in theater was. Oh, it must have been Superman. Yeah. But anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. I really like that one, but not. We're not going to get into that now.
I just think I had too much trying to cram into one movie.
Compared to like everything else DCU's done, not really.
Yeah, but that's not a good comparison, because the rest of the DCU was the problem.
It was still Superman focused, and it was streamlined enough where it's at least set a path forward for. Well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I like Man of Steel, and I liked this film, so which makes me at odds with very with two different groups.
I've always wondered why people always compare it to Man of Steel. Like, I mean, I guess it is the last Superman appearance, but
it is, and they do that, but they're very
so
tonally.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're so tonally different that you can't really compare it. If anything, I would compare it to Superman Returns. It's very much in line with that film,
and that's more what I like for Superman. And I know you like the like Man of Steel type iteration, which is fine.
Well, it's not necessarily that. It's just that we have the Boy Scout. We have a lot of the Boy Scout, like not just the movies with Christopher Reeves, but then the show, the cartoon show, the live action shows. I wanted to see Frank Miller's Superman or Frank Miller's DC on the big screen, and we were finally getting that. It was something different, right?
Yeah,
and
but I think the mass audience prefers the Boy Scout.
Which is hilarious because everybody freaking apparently loves Homelander, and like that's the evil Superman. That's the story we wanted. We were about to get. You
can't explain audiences sometimes. I'm just glad to see them on the screen. Superman on the screen. Yeah. Now where were we?
The next one up is The Strangers, Chapter 2.
Oh yeah.
This movie has already bombed with audiences that have seen it, right? All the test audiences are giving it negative reviews. Film festival, negative reviews. I mean, nobody liked Chapter 1 anyways. It was an unnecessary reboot or remake or whatever you want to call it. And Chapter 2, they weren't even going to release it, but they had already finished it, I guess.
Yeah, which, whatever. Like, I had low expectations. I actually owned that first one because it was cheap. And I was like, yeah, this isn't good, but whatever. So I assumed 2 was going to be bad as well.
It's funny because how do you excuse my language here, but how do you fuck up such a simple plot?
Yeah, well, they either overcomplicate, but like the other one ended like on a cliffhanger. So I was like, okay, so I have to see the second one.
Well, because they planned it to be a trilogy, right? The third one is canceled, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So that means they'll have to wrap it up. But like, you I don't know. I hate when they do that, but at the same time, I want them to finish their story just to see what happens.
I agree with that too. Sometimes, because especially, like for example, this I didn't know. I found this out the other day after watching some behind the scenes footage. Did you know that Deep Rising was originally supposed to be the entrance to the Monsterverse? That island that at the end of the movie Deep Rising, the island that they land on was actually supposed to be Skull Island, and that roar you hear was actually supposed to be King Kong.
I don't know if that makes me feel better or worse. I like the idea that it was like its own thing, not setting up something else, like an actual established brand.
Well, it wasn't just going to be like Godzilla and King Kong, right? They were actually going to do a full Monsterverse, and they were going to, and each film was supposed to end with like a teaser of like either King Kong being in the background, roaring, whatever, or Godzilla being a threat. But each film was going to be like its own film where it's on different monster attacks, whatever situation, right? Until about 5 films in, and then they would have like Godzilla show up or King Kong show up, and I was like, that's kind of a cool idea. But then Deep Rising didn't do so well. It didn't do well until after it hit home release.
It shows these filmmakers, or I should say, the studios really need to just commit.
Yeah. It didn't do so well, and then so they canceled the project. But I would have loved to see the director and what his version of, King Kong and shit would have been like. That would have been cool as hell. Because I like Deep Rising. I think that it's cheesy, but it's fun. It's a fun movie,
Exactly,
and the monster is creative. It's a giant, sea urchin thing.
Yeah.
But anyways, Strangers Chapter 2 will be in theaters when?
September 26th.
There you go. So if you really have to go see it,
there you go.
There you go.
Like a Tuesday when it's $6.
Yeah.
Is it really $6 on a Tuesday now?
Yeah. Well, it used to be 5.
That's what I'm saying. The last time I've been on a Tuesday, it was 5.
But if I'm the only one in the theater, it's kind of cool because to rent out a theater is like a couple $100. So if I'm there alone, then
you kind of get the false sense of it.
Yeah, I've done that before.
You know what's ridiculous though? For a bottle of water, like just a regular 12 ounce, $9.
What?
See, I
Yeah.
don't buy shit at the theater though.
Anthony last time got like pretzels and a drink, and it was like $18.
To be fair, I get like a thing of Twizzlers and an icy, and that's like $14-15.
Yeah, it's
Either like bring a bottle of water or whatever.
Yeah,
Bring your own.
I'm just gonna sneak in my own water. Anyways, so next up on the list, this one I'm actually looking forward to. One Battle After Another.
This one does look really good.
This is the only one I didn't look up.
This one has Leonardo DiCaprio, Sean Penn, Regina Hall.
Yeah, they're looking for Oscars.
A former member of a revolutionary group seeks help from other revolutionaries to find his missing daughter. Yeah, this one looks it looks like it's definitely going to be one of those non-linear, but also what is that word where you can't trust the narrator? Unreliable narrator. I feel like that's what this movie's going to turn out to be. But it looks very much like a Coen Brothers film.
Well, I mean, okay, so this one's Paul Thomas Anderson, and he's most known for like There Will Be Blood.
Right.
Oops, drop my phone.
Stop dropping stuff.
And I don't even have a phone case on this.
No.
Yeah, weirdly enough, I've been good.
No.
As he shatters it 3 seconds
later.
Right?
Well, no, here's the problem is I ordered one that theoretically was supposed to work, but it was just a little off in size. Each phone has like a custom size now, and it's really annoying. It's like
you got the 16?
Do I? I don't know that. What is this? It's a Samsung something.
Oh. Yeah, I don't typically go
I
with
have
Samsung.
some universal Samsung cases. I can get you one. That'll work.
Yeah, I might need it.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Because you got to stop by anyways. You got to pick up those Blu-rays, right? You wanted the
I do.
Animes and stuff. Yeah, they're all fancy Blu-rays. Never been watched yet.
Fancy.
I mean, I watch them digitally, so.
We totally got off track there.
Yeah, I've started so many lists. Some of them are for like next August, and I realize I should stop.
Android for the win. You are absolutely correct. Screw Apple.
Boo.
We don't do Apple around here. Anyways,
I do.
One Battle After Another comes out September 26th. It looks really good. It's got a hugely talented cast, including Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro. Who else?
Regina Hall. Sean Penn.
Sean Penn. Dude, Sean Penn as that military guy. Like he's like a bounty hunter / ex-military. Given Sean Penn's real life personality, it looks like something he would do in real life.
Right?
But the film looks amazing. It's like I said, I feel like it's definitely going to be a non-linear style story where it jumps between time, flashbacks and flash forwards, and it's definitely going to be an unreliable narrator type film where several different characters are going to have their own versions of events, and you're not going to know how it actually played out until the very end. I think that's how it's going to go. But I'm definitely looking forward to it. We will be doing a review and separate full breakdown for this one, so be on the lookout for that. All right, moving on to TV shows. Now, I only know of 2 new shows kind of coming. Well, one is the second season, but the other one's a brand new show. First up is Peacemaker Season 2, which is supposedly going to finally establish the rules for the new DCU films and stuff like that, and kind of tell you where the continuity currently is. Honestly, I liked the first season, but I'm kind of done with the DC universe. I'm not really feeling James Gunn's thing. When I look at
I've never really been into DC, so.
Well, no, I love DC, but when I look at the roadmap for what he has planned for films and stuff like that, some of these are great characters, but don't deserve their own standalone films, and it just feels like there's no real cohesive plan. He's looking for characters that he can be goofy with, and I don't really want a goofy DC. I want some cool superhero stuff.
I do agree with you on that. I'm glad because Gunn, not that he can't do serious, but goofy is his wheelhouse. So I be honest, I didn't care about James Gunn's and I like James Gunn. I didn't care about his DCU until I saw Superman, and I'm like, okay, this feels like some stuff I'd be interested in. But we'll see.
Well, like the next one, he's predicting Supergirl will make the most money out of any superhero movie ever, and I'm like, did you not watch the fan reactions to her cameo? Because a lot of people don't like Millie. Well, not that Millie Alcock is a bad actress; she's great. Obviously, she's really amazing in House of the Dragon, but a lot of people didn't like the way they portrayed Supergirl in that little cameo bit, and a full-length movie about her being a drunk teenager on a planet when shit hits the fan does not really sound like a DC Comics style film. Like, this would work for maybe if they did it as an HBO Max limited series or something like that, you know. But I don't think this is going to be it's not going to have the turnout he thinks it's going to have. You know?
Steve, why are you laughing?
No, because I like the idea. I think it's hilarious. I like Supergirl too, so I'm not saying he's right on that. It's box office has been very weird to predict post pandemic. Yeah, so I don't know.
It'll be interesting.
Honestly, I think what he needs to focus on, what he should have started with, instead of starting with Superman, he should have started with his little Justice Society group, or whatever he called them, Justice Gang, right?
Justice Gang,
He should have started with them, right? The former members, and then they're getting old and they're not able to keep up with all the new threats, and so bam, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Martian Manhunter, you know, all the big leagues start showing up and they've got it, you know, passing the torch type of thing. But I don't know. We'll see. But Peacemaker season 2, the novelty kind of wore off. I don't hate John Cena. In fact, recently I fan casted him as Bebop for my Ninja Turtles movie, as doing the voice for Bebop, because I think him and The Rock as Rocksteady would be hilarious doing voice work for those two characters, you know, trying to imitate like Brooklyn accents or whatever, and be dumbass henchmen. You know what I mean? It would just be hilarious to me. You know what I mean? And but as far as like movies go, John Cena plays the same character in every movie, and it doesn't have the same novelty as, say, like Arnold Schwarzenegger or something like that, where at least he plays the role serious, even if he's, you know, if the film isn't serious, you know, like Kindergarten Cop, right? If you actually watch it, it's a serious action crime movie, but it's not. It's a comedy. You know what I mean? But Arnold is playing it like he's a cop hunting a killer. You know, he's not playing it like a comedy, you know, which is what makes it even more hilarious, in my opinion. You know, John Cena plays the comedy, you know, he plays the dumbass part up. And it works in some cases, and then it gets old. Though, if anybody remembers John Cena's first film, The Marine, that shit was that was a whole different version of John Cena. That's when he was still nervous about being an actor, and he was really, really trying.
Well, he was still into WWE too.
Yeah, but he wasn't. He didn't bring that WWE personality to that film.
Yeah, but you got to remember, he has the John Cena personality for WWE, and then he's trying to branch out into film.
And then he realizes, like,
I only have one character.
Yeah.
Although he can play serious, dramatic stuff.
He can.
On occasion. I just wish they would give him more of that material. Because look at Dave Bautista. Right?
Yeah.
Holy shit, you know what I mean? The guy, he doesn't look like he has a lot of range, and then you watch movies like Blade Runner 2049, and you're like, holy balls, you know? Or Dune, right? Dune, he was amazing as one of the as the eldest Harkonnen, you know what I mean? and it's just mind blowing, you know. Anyways, Peacemaker season 2 has already started, so you can catch those over on HBO Max. I believe new episodes are every Sunday. I want to say, I'm not quite sure, but catch those over. I touched my eye after touching onions, and now my eye is watering. I'm sorry. I'm not crying over John Cena.
You know better.
But anyways, so go check that off. That's part of your thing. As I said, it's supposed to fix the continuity issues of why certain characters from Zack Snyder's DCU are showing up in the new iteration of the DCU. And I'm sure they're going to rehash Crisis on Infinite Earths at some point again for like the 4th time that they've done it. And whatever. You know what I mean? Too many Crisis. Anyways, next up on the list is The Twisted Tale of Amanda Knox. And honestly, I'm not really interested in this. I know Amanda Knox's story. It is a cool crime, but we've already gotten like 50 versions of this show. I don't know what else this new show could really tell us.
Well, I don't know anything about Amanda Knox.
She was the girl who was accused of killing those people while in Italy.
Yeah.
And then they had her in Italian jail until her father had her extradited back to the United States.
Okay.
Well, she was actually free then. She got released and everything.
I believe this was during the Obama administration when she was accused of the murders.
Yeah. I would put it around that time.
Yeah,
but
2007, so just before.
Just before.
Okay. But yeah, this is like also going into the police investigation as well. I don't know if any of the other shows have done that.
It says true crime, so does that mean that it's documentary?
It looks like it's a Hulu show, right? So it's one of one of those shows that are like a dramatization of the events. But the thing is, Netflix did one, HBO did one, Amazon Prime did one.
Done one.
Everybody. There's nothing new in it.
One way or another, people are obsessed with these true crime things. So,
granted, but there's so many other ones. Yeah, there's so many other.
I'm just saying. I don't actually do a lot of true crime.
This one is
something I do follow.
Uninteresting. I don't know.
I don't find it uninteresting. I'm just not. I feel like it's.
No, I'm just saying this case is so uninteresting.
Oh yeah.
It's not even that good of a case.
There's so many more cases that are out there that can be more entertaining or give you more insight.
You ever seen that? Right. You ever seen that meme where they're like, imagine you get murdered and you're one of those cases people skip because it's so boring.
Well, think about all the
nobody cares about your death. I thought that was a hilarious myth.
All those deaths that are currently along the Mississippi previously were boys, now are girls. Like, there's that one. There's so many in just the United States alone at any given time that you could really look into. But I think so many get skipped.
Amanda sold her life story so she can make some money because she's virtually unhireable, right? Given the circumstances. And that's what this show is just a way for her to make money. And I'm sorry, I'm not supporting that shit.
No.
That's fair.
But if you want to support it, I believe it comes out next week. I'm not quite sure when the release date is.
Started premiering on Hulu on August 20th.
Oh, so okay. It's already out. Okay. So there you go. Are there any other new shows? Because I couldn't really find new shows.
Wednesday, season 2, part 2 started. So there's that.
I've seen a lot of negative reviews about that one.
I haven't sat down for that one yet.
Do you think it was better than the first season too? So
is it? I didn't really care. I don't get me wrong. I love the Addams Family, but I love the Addams Family, right? I don't really want to watch a show about one character.
Because the Addams Family have been brought in and they're a little more of a focus, and they're not doing that love triangle bullshit that they did in the first season, which I'm happy about.
Thank God.
Yeah, Jenna Ortega didn't like that either. So she's a producer on this season. So she was like, "No, we're not doing We're not doing a love story here.
I'm kind of over Jenna Ortega. She plays the same character in every movie too.
Yeah.
Doesn't really have much range.
Boy,
all she does is the big eyes and staring at the camera, and it's like,
I don't know if you've seen enough of her movies then, because yeah, that's sort of what Wednesday does. But
it works for Wednesday. But she did the same thing in Death of a Unicorn. She did the same thing in like 3 other horror movies and stuff. And sometimes I have a hard time telling her and what's her name, Rachel Ziegler, apart because they act exactly the same. They almost look alike, you know. It's just, I don't know. I'm not really a big fan. I think when it comes to young talent, young up and coming talent, Margaret Qualley takes the cake. That girl just can do it.
She has range.
Yeah.
She also isn't really that young. She's like 30.
Well, whatever, but she's been acting since she's like, for the last decade, right? Since she was straight out of college. And she is killing it. I mean, Jenna Ortega isn't young either. She's like in her late 20s, early 30s.
No, she's 22 or 3 or something.
Well, whatever. The point is, I'm just not a big fan. And we'll see. I mean, I think her career is going to kind of go one note after a while, you know. It's very important for an actor to be versatile, I think.
Jenna Ortega is 22.
Oh, well, whatever. She looks like she's 30.
What?
That's what makeup does to you.
Yeah, and not sleeping enough or something, you know what I mean? Age horribly. Look at me! Anyways, but yeah, I don't. So Wednesday is out. What else? Any other TV shows?
I have to think of it.
No.
Yeah, me neither. We just wrapped up Dexter, so that review will be out on Tuesday. The full season review, because we didn't want to do it episode by episode. I unfortunately I keep getting mixed information when it comes to Welcome to Derry, so I have no idea when that show is actually coming out. It said September, then all of a sudden it was October, which I was like, that makes more sense because October, Halloween, all that good stuff. But now it's possibly November. So when the hell is Welcome to Derry coming out? Does anybody have like a definitive release date for this?
Okay, let's double check.
That is something we will, just like Alien Earth, we will be breaking down episode by episode as it comes out, because that is in my wheelhouse.
Overview.
Said scheduled to premiere October 26th, 2025. So that's the end of.
Yeah, so okay, it is basically almost November. All right. Well, that's stupid. Now it got pushed back so much. Which,
they should have really either done it late. Well, I don't know. I'm assuming they're doing episode by episode. So however many episodes, they should have started late September and then had it run through October.
Right. I agree.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest. I'm a huge King fan. You know this. Everybody knows this.
Yes, we do.
This show, actually, the more trailers I've seen of it, the show actually looks disappointing. I hope not. I hope that it leans heavily into the horror and not just gimmicks. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks like at first when they announced it, and it was an all black cast and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, they're doing the Black Spot Massacre, right? Which is a major thing in the book, one of the past events of Pennywise. I was super hyped. And then the trailers dropped, and it's all focusing on these, you know, on a rainbow selection of kids, right? They had to hit every milestone, every gender, every whatever, right? Just in case, to not upset anybody, right? You've got one of every culture, one of every color, one of every sexuality and gender and whatever, right? But then it looks like it's rehashing the plot of the It books, like the main line, the Losers Club. Well, there's only one Losers Club. There's only ever been one group of kids who defeated Pennywise. So these kids have to die, right? So, but why are they setting them up like they bind together and they're going to fight? Because that's never happened. Because that's why Pennywise was so freaking surprised when the Losers Club got together and were able to defeat him, because it's never happened before. You know, if the show starts introducing that, it's going to really mess with the with the lore and everything established, because it's supposed to be part of the Muschietti films. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of worried about that just a little bit.
I mean, he's the showrunner for it. He's directing them and producing. So I don't know what's going on.
Right, but I'm just saying I'm a little worried about that, and then I'm worried that they're going to just focus on a lot of gimmicky kind of horror stuff, like play up the clown because people are scared of clowns, and it's like, no, it's yes, when Pennywise is in the clown form, he's creepy, but it's not that clowns are actually the scary part. It's that he can be anything of your worst fears. You know what I mean?
He brings out your worst nightmare.
So I'm hoping the trailers are just misleading, that the trailers are just showing us a bunch of filler bullshit. The show is actually way more intense than that. You know what I mean? And I want to see some freaking kids get eaten and killed in horrendous ways. I'm sorry, but I know that's like taboo or whatever, but you know what? It's part of
how it goes in the story.
Yeah, I want to actually see, because they always talk about that one scene that got cut out of the It movies that was supposed to be restored in the ultimate cut version, right? Where Pennywise eats a baby after taking it from its mother. You know what I mean? I want that. I want that scene, damn it. I want to see Pennywise eat a kid. The closest we got was that one scene in It Chapter 2 where he chomps down on the kid in the mirror funhouse.
Yeah.
Right? Because they cut away when the little girl gets bit, and they cut and Georgie, he gets his arm ripped off, but it's Georgie.
But that's not really doing anything to him.
Yeah, we never really got to see any of the other kids getting eaten. I want to see some dismembered, I want to see some horrific stuff where you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they showed this. I want to feel that way after seeing the show. It is HBO. HBO has no qualms usually about going that way. They've killed kids in shows like Game of Thrones and Walking Dead. Not Walking Dead. Sorry, that's AMC. But they've killed kids in Game of Thrones and whatnot. So
I think it's just because it's a sensitive subject, especially with how much we have with school shootings and stuff.
Pennywise doesn't use a gun to shoot the kill these kids.
But
I think it's funny that our country actively does nothing to stop it, and yet we censor movies.
It's ridiculous. We censor art talking about it more than we actually do anything about the actual problem.
Do something about it and let the movies be the movies.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if okay, wait a second. This writer, one of the writers for this show, it looked like he was doing comedies and shit. So I don't know if that's a good sign.
I'm
screenwriter for the Minecraft movie and Ice Age Continental Drift.
Oh Jesus! So we will. I will be breaking down episode by episode, but if the show is bad, I'm not going to mince my words. I'm going to tear the show apart. As I said, I'm a huge King fan. I have memorized the It novel, all 1,300 pages of it. I have memorized that book. I will be breaking down this show, and I like I said, I don't expect the show to be one for one with the book adaptation, because the whole flashbacks about Pennywise's previous attacks and whatever, they're not that in depth either, so there is a lot of leeway, there's a lot of room for writers to be creative, but if it ruins the lore of what happens to the Losers Club, then I'm gonna be upset. Because then even it destroys continuity.
His movies established a lore, right. So he could. You don't want him to ruin it either. So
right. But that ends it for series. Now we're gonna move on to games. Now these are there's some really good horror games just in time for Halloween coming out now. But let's start with one that I've personally pre-ordered. Silent Hill F, which is unique in the sense that it doesn't take place in West Virginia, right? So anybody who's played Silent Hill or has at least seen the film knows that Silent Hill, the town, is in West Virginia, right? And it's a place that kind of exists in and out of our reality, right? Yeah. Now, when it comes to Silent Hill F, it actually takes the idea to Japan. And you play a Japanese schoolgirl, and many of the monsters there are based on Japanese mythology, you know?
Well, that's exciting.
They are returning more to the roots of what Silent Hill is, where the monsters, the demons, whatever you want to call them, are manifestations of your own sins, of your own fears, of your own guilt, of your own mental problems, right? And not just recycled monsters from the other games because they were popular. Like Pyramid Head. I'm so glad that Pyramid Head won't be showing up in this stupid game, you know, because he is specific to James Sunderland from Silent Hill 2. That is his personal demon, right? It is him. It's him himself, right? Underneath that mask.
He's a poster boy for the franchise, so like everybody knows him. That's usually why they
reminds me, if you haven't seen the trailer for Return to Silent Hill, they're basing it on Silent Hill 2, but they're making the same mistake that they did with Resident Evil, and they're turning it into an action movie instead of a psychological horror drama. Anyways, but Pyramid Head should only ever be in that one game. He should not be showing up in other games. It doesn't make any sense, you know. And I'm glad Silent Hill F looks like they're leaving that behind. But all the other aesthetics are very interesting. Formerly, you would have the, let's call it the Dark World, would be this kind of rusted, burned out looking version of the town. In this one, it looks like when it changes over to the Dark World, it kind of is overgrown by this weird fungus, which is a very unique take on that, like everything being overgrown because of all the corpses and everything like that. It very much reminds me of that forest in Japan. I think it's called Sekigahara or whatever. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, the Suicide Forest and stuff. And how there's so much abandoned stuff that's been overgrown by moss, by fungus, by everything else, because it was just death and nobody sets foot in it, you know? So I am curious about it, but it does come out on September 25th for PS5, Xbox, and PC. I will be getting it on Steam, and I will be streaming it on Twitch, which you can find me on twitch.tv/ragingantibody, or any stream re-uploads later on at fat_ninjas_gaming on YouTube. Next up is Hollow Knight Silksong, the long anticipated sequel to Hollow Knight. People have been waiting for this for at least a decade, I believe. So if you haven't played the first Hollow Knight, you were like a little dude venturing into the dark underground, fighting giant bugs and stuff like that. I'm not quite fully versed on the story. I played it a little bit back in the day on the Switch. It was a really cool game. It's a 2D platformer, a lot of hack and slash. But the new one looks like it completely improves on all of that. It is coming out on September 4th for the PS5, Switch 1 and 2, Xbox, and PC. Have you played Hollow Knight? No?
I never even heard of it, to be honest.
It's got a very cool art style. It's very, very unique art style. I like it. But it is kind of like a Metroidvania style game.
Oh.
All right. Well, next up, then, this is a game I just bought. I will probably be streaming it tomorrow night. So again, tune in on Twitch at twitch.tv/ragingantibody. But it is called Chronos: The New Dawn. It is a first-person horror game, and it is came out yesterday. And it's for the PS5, Switch 2, Xbox, and PC. Now, this game looks creepy as all hell. It looks hyper realistic, which is even a lot of these games made now with Unreal Engine 5. The graphics, like the designs, almost photorealistic, which is insane. And so when it comes to a horror game, you know, especially when you're got your headphones on, you're immersed. And this one, I believe, you can also play through VR. All I gotta say is you're probably gonna want to wear a pair of Depends, because this is probably gonna make you shit your pants. Like it looks terrifying. And again, tomorrow we'll be doing 2 streams. One in the morning with a group. We're playing Panic Core, and then later on that night, you will see me screaming my guts out playing Chronos: The New Dawn. But
what time are you doing that one?
I'm going to do that one around 6, and the first stream was about 11. Right? Let's read real quick here. Chronos: The New Dawn. So I can read you the plot, because there we go. A whole new breed of survival horror emerges with Chronos: The New Dawn. Survive the brutal wastelands of the future, fight nightmarish merging creatures, and jump back in time to harvest souls as you seek to uncover the origins of the apocalypse that wiped out humanity. It's by Bloober Team. So Bloober Team are the same people who brought us the Dark Souls remake, sorry, not Dark Souls, Demon Souls remake, Silent Hill 2 remake and stuff. But this is not a remake. This is a brand new IP from them. And so you can play it in, I believe it can switch between first person and third person, but primary looks like you want to play it in third person. The monster and creature design looks straight out of Lovecraft. If you're a fan of Dead Space, this is probably the game you need to get. You know what I mean? I can't recommend it enough, at least from looks. But I did buy it, and I am excited to play it tomorrow. I cannot wait. Next up on the list, Borderlands 4. I'll let Steve talk because I'm not a Borderlands fan.
Well, I'm a huge fan. The only problem is I don't know. I might skip this one because I remember Randy Pitchford, the guy who created saying some dumb shit, and like they price jacked this. Like the base game 70, which is fine, but like their super deluxe edition is like 130, and it doesn't even sound like it includes. Usually when they would have a $90 edition that would include also all the DLC and crap, it doesn't sound like you even get that. So I don't know. I might wait this one a little bit as much as I want to play it.
What do you get for $130?
Hold on. It says full base game, pre-purchase bonus Gilded Glory Pack, which I'm just assuming is guns.
Cosmetics,
yeah, a bunch of, let's see, weapons. Yeah, these are all like weapons and skins and shit. Like not even they always release 4 DLC throughout the year.
Which will basically be available through microtransactions if you don't buy the deluxe edition.
Yeah. Oh that's that's insane.
Yeah. I know from Andrew, he is not looking forward to this game. He didn't like the last one either, the third one. He says it really streamlined the series. Yeah, he said they really streamlined the series, took out all what made it fun, and turned it into just a generic shooter.
Not really, but I don't know. He had a huge problem with it. We get in enough arguments about it. It's still Borderlands, so there were things he didn't. Well, he also got a super glitched version. Like every bad thing that happened glitch-wise, he experienced with it. Because he got the base game immediately. He's never done that before either. Like Borderlands 2, he didn't get until it had all like the Game of the Year edition. So I mean, I think that's part of the problem. Is it's just a negative experience immediately. Turn him off on the entire thing.
Well, all I know is he's not getting Borderlands 4. He told me he was like,
absolutely not. I know that.
He was like, I'm skipping this one.
Yeah, but I do want to play it. I just think his price gouging is just.
Well, what's worse is like what they're doing right now with the Switch 2. This is so dumb. You can play, like for example, if you have Mario Party, Jamboree, you can play your Switch 1 version on the Switch 2, but you cannot play it online with friends. You have to buy the $15 upgrade. So you basically have to rebuy the game in order to play it. On the Switch 2 with friends. That's so dumb. Plus, you have to sign up for the Nintendo membership, the online membership. I'm like, they are literally price gouging you. You know what I mean?
That's the reason I didn't get the Switch 2. And I'm a pretty big Nintendo fan, and even I'm like, guys, man, don't do this.
I did buy a Switch 2. I saw it at Walmart, and I couldn't help myself. I bought one with the Mario Kart edition. It's still in the box. I have not opened it yet. It's been sitting there for probably 3 weeks.
Jeez.
I will open it once the studio is done, and I'm going to hook it up out there to the capture card and everything, and then maybe if we get together as a group, we can play something. But that's pretty much it. I mean, the only game I really want for the Switch 2, because it's an exclusive, is Dusk Bloods, which is basically Bloodborne 2.
Okay.
But that's it.
Well, I mean, I want to play Pokemon, but again, I don't like how they're.
I was so disappointed with the 3D open world Pokemons. I thought, all right, cool. I never really liked the other ones, right? The top down ones. Never really got into that style game. So when I was like, oh, they did it. It's just the same game but 3D. Go around, like a JRPG. Go around, capture things, battle stuff, right? Collect things. But it was the world was so empty.
Yeah, I mean, I did have that problem with it, but I think they're moving in the right direction because I did enjoy the game. But you're right; it was like a lot of like empty space, and you couldn't even really fast travel.
No,
correct.
So I spent most of my time going, where the hell am I? I'm in the middle of woods, and there's woods this way, and there's just more woods. There was just nothing to really explore. So it was literally just run around and find Pokemon, and I'm like, you have more fun doing that with Pokemon Go, where you can actually see real landmarks and stuff like that, than this game, So I was just disappointed. So I don't know if I'm hyped for what's the new one, YZ or whatever. I don't know if I'm super hyped for it. But all right, last but not least, Borderlands 4 comes out on September 12th, so next Friday, for PS5, Xbox, and PC. No Switch, so no Switch. All right. Last up on the list for games is Lego Voyagers. This one actually looks cute and fun. It is a small Lego party game, kind of like Mario Party, but with Legos, right? It looks really fun. You get up to 4 players, and you can do Lego puzzles, build stuff together, or play little mini games.
Would it be cute for the kids?
Yeah, it looks fun. I believe this game's only going to be $30, so it's not even that expensive.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, and it comes out on the 15th for PS5, Xbox, Switch, and PC. So it's available on all systems. But again, it looks fun. It's something I was talking to Sarah and about maybe possibly playing this together on stream. So we will find out.
Actually, Andrew probably play that too.
I asked Andrew, but he needs to get internet.
yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
That for a while.
Yeah, he just needs to get internet so he can join us on the stream. Because I can't have him just sitting behind me here all the time and playing on the TV and all that stuff. He needs to be in the thing with us. But it looks fun. Graphics look like realistic Lego pieces. It's crazy, But then again, that's where we are. You have a Stitch?
Yeah, saw it. It's my sister's.
Oh, that makes sense.
My daughter would love that.
I wish the movie had been better.
It wasn't bad though.
No, but it wasn't. It felt unnecessary.
Whatever.
It just felt unnecessary.
So you want to patch in the audio from Chuckles?
Is he not in here?
He's in here.
Then his audio is already in here.
All right. Sammy. I don't know if she's going to join right now. Oh, he's getting her.
I don't hear
Let's
anything.
see. Yeah.
But he's in the if he's in the shouting room, but I don't know if.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Hey, baby girl.
Hello.
All right. Talk about K-pop Demon Hunters.
It's basically like a movie where there's a bunch of demons in it, and the Huntrix girl, Rumi, Zoe, and Maria, they try to fight them, but sometimes they don't. But in the end, they did defeat them. It's a super good movie.
Yeah, it is.
Who's your favorite character, Sammy?
Probably Zoe.
Zoe.
Mhm.
Most people go for Rumi.
Yeah, I like Zoe.
Zoe's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I took a which K-pop demon hunter are you? And I got Rumi, and I was kind of surprised because I thought I would get Zoe.
You got to trick those questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done one of those, and I forgot which one I ended up on, but I ended up on something, and I was like, how did I get that? I was so confused why.
So you went to go see this in the theater, Sammy. How was that?
Very loud.
But you got to sing and dance there, right?
I didn't dance.
My diva didn't dance?
I didn't want to dance there. I was getting way too comfy on the chairs.
I get that.
She wanted to take her shoes off.
But I couldn't because I was going to fall asleep, I think.
Yeah. So
We came home at like 12, 10, 9 something.
like 10?
Mm-hmm.
12? Like 10?
Yeah, I was getting very tired after that.
All right. Do you want to go back to your game now, babe?
Sure.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, Sammy. She's such a little cutie.
That's funny. So our library was actually going to do a K-pop demon hunter sing-along dance, but it had to be postponed because we flooded.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let me know when that is.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, because I'll definitely bring her up there.
Should film it.
Yeah, so.
You should film
Did
it.
you hear how much that movie made, though, in theaters for the 2 days?
Like 18 million or something.
19.2.
19. Yeah, that's insane. That's not even the whole weekend. And what's crazy about that is it's already so readily available on streaming.
Yeah, like it's been out on Netflix for almost 2 months now.
Yeah.
And it still made that much money. That was impressive.
Yeah.
Well, there's another one coming now to theaters based on another anime, Demon Hunter or something.
Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer. That one's supposed to be a really big. Again, it's an anime I don't watch personally. I'm not really big on a lot of new animes, but I hear it's going to be a huge thing because it's already a huge thing in Japan.
Yeah, like I want to see it, but at the same time, I don't want to really go to the theater to see it. So I might wait that one out. I'm currently watching Rent a Girlfriend.
What is that?
It's just some random anime about this like 20-year-old college kid gets his first girlfriend. They break up after a month, and then he decides he's gonna rent a girlfriend.
Sounds like
And
Steve.
then
Whoa. Sounds hilarious.
and then they keep meeting more rental girlfriends.
I think I've been seeing advertisements for this.
I think they're going into their 4th or 5th season.
Yeah, it says 4. It's 4 seasons.
Yeah.
Maybe it's whatever.
Yeah, I just started season 2. So that's what I watch. Random animes.
Yeah, I just haven't. I don't know. I'm always on the lookout for something that just catches
It's different.
me. Yeah, that catches my attention. But lately, I feel like the market, not just in anime, but in general, TV shows, Right. When it comes to TV shows, they all feel like derivative of each other, if that makes sense. Right? Like
Yeah, because
when I was putting
that's
together our monthly live stream list for things to talk about, at least 12 shows that are coming out this month, and I didn't include any of them, are all cop dramas. A single female cop in a small town comes across a murder where no murders ever happen. And it's like, that's the plot of every. I mean, it was cool when they did it with Mayor of Easttown, right? With, what's her face from Titanic, right? That was a good show. Kate Winslet, yeah. But then, like 15 other shows did the same thing. Just
that's what happens. If something got popular, then like 20 other things try to mimic it because the studios don't actually want original content.
Right.
They look for something.
You just want a cash grab.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I that's why I didn't include any of them on my list, because I was like, well, they're all going to go the same route. They're all going to do the same thing. You know what I mean? And there's no visual flair to it, no character flair to it. It's literally copy paste, you know, and that kind of disappoints me, you know. At least, like, as much as I don't really care to see the new Peacemaker season, at least it's doing something that no other superhero show is doing, you know, with the exception of maybe The Boys. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Which I am looking forward to Gen V season 2, but I believe that's next month, so we're saving it for that live stream. But you know, there's so otherwise every superhero show, you know, has come out recently is very trying to do what James Gunn already did, if that makes sense, right? Especially the animated shows, right? Let's put together a bunch of unlikely characters on a team, you know, that all seem really ridiculous, but turn out their powers work well together, you know. Cool. Yeah. It's but I just don't care. I don't care for the Harley Quinn show. I don't care for what's the one with all the Universal Studios monsters. I don't care about any of those. They all look
the same.
Dull. Yeah, they all look dull, you know. And when it comes to anime, it's always, you know, a bunch of school kids find out they have powers and now must deal with going to school while also battling demons at night. And it's like, you know what I mean?
It just kind of takes me back to like the Powerpuff Girls or PJ Masks or something like that.
No, Sailor Moon. That's all just copies of Sailor Moon. You know, Sailor Moon was great. I loved Sailor Moon, but it
was awesome.
Ever since then, you know, the one. Okay, I'll say this is the anime I'm looking forward to the most. They announced season 2 finally of Blue-Eyed Samurai. Now it won't be coming until like next year, so you know there's no reason really to talk about it yet. But that show was awesome. That show, the first season, Blue-Eyed Samurai. Yeah, it's the whole plot is just revenge, like, and it's based on real historical kind of stuff, or at least real historical context, right? Basically, when the white people started showing up in Japan to do trades, right, a lot of them raped a lot of young Asian women, and some of them got pregnant, and those children were considered outcasts from Japanese society, the ones that born with blonde hair, blue eyes, any of that kind of shit, right? You weren't Japanese. You were an outcast. That's what this girl was. And then her mom killed herself. So she grew up a shitty little orphan. And all she wants is to find her father and kill him. And all the other men that were involved in the assault. That's the entire plot of the show. And she's just hunting these people down. So she manages, in the first season, she manages to find one and find out where the others are. And so season 2, she's heading to London. So I'm hyped. I'm just waiting for, and this all takes place during, you know, not medieval times, but around, like, just after they left the medieval era and they were becoming more industrial, right? Still like, I want to say like the 1700s, you know, early 1800s, you know. And I mean, visually it's mind-blowing. It's stunning. Everything is filmed with real stunt people, and then they animate it. But it's not rotoscoping. It's full animation, but they use motion capture and stuff so that it looks realistic. The movements and everything like that. It's phenomenal. It's really good, right? It's on the same level. It gives me the same feeling as when I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender. You know what I mean? It is like a world where you just want to get immersed in the characters and in the story. You know, and like I said, but
Yeah.
the story is really simple. It's literally just she's on a revenge kick. She just wants to to kill the people who
I
did
like
her wrong.
the concept
you
though.
know?
Let's go kill our father.
Yeah, it is such a.
Let's go
it
kill
is-
the sperm donor.
I cannot recommend watching season 1 more. You know, it's on Netflix, and like I said, season 2 will be out next year at some point. Yeah, they just dropped a teaser for it.
What'd you say was
Blue-Eyed Samurai.
Oh, I've heard of that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's a female character, but she disguises herself to look like a boy. You know, because not only is she already an outcast for having blue eyes, but
She's an outcast for being female.
but being a female samurai would be even like
That's a big no-no.
whenever
You can't
somebody
be a samurai.
we'll put it this way, in the show, whenever somebody finds out that she's a girl, they try to kill her. They try to fight her. And then
Well, yeah.
this results in people losing limbs and other other horrible shit. With the exception of one guy who becomes her apprentice. And it's hilarious. But the show is not it has comedy moments in it, but it is a serious show. But anyways, so last part of our live stream here, news. Anybody want to talk about any film related, TV show related news? I know Steve said he had some stuff.
Did I?
You had some. I think you did before we hopped on. But I don't have anything. Like, everything has been talked about.
Yeah, I feel like everything we covered mostly.
Well, any kind of disasters when it comes to Hollywood or
No. I don't know. I haven't seen anything.
all I
So-
know, I know that there's the big benefit coming up now in New York at the Performing Dance Academy, whatever thing, and they're doing a big benefit for Stephen Colbert, where he's going to be hosting that night with Jimmy Kimmel and with several other notable celebrities and late night show hosts and stuff, and they're basically going to shit all over CBS and Paramount.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I agree. I mean that the thinly veiled lie that they put out, like, oh, his ratings were low, you know, and it was costing us too much. And then all of a sudden, the next day, they make that deal, you know, and then Trump tweets out, "I got rid of Colbert." You know, come on, like
They said this show was losing money, like 40 million or something a year, but I couldn't even verify that. But it even, let's just say it was number one in its rating slot for late night. So there's other
Like, why
things.
would you get rid of your number one
Yeah, basically,
unless somebody powerful got behind it to say,
if let's just say it was losing money, I'm just going to play devil's advocate here. What they would do is then restructure the show to make it cost less. They wouldn't cancel it.
change the budget,
Right.
Yeah,
maybe even change time slot, make it a different time, or
yeah. There's numerous avenues, and also I think when they were talking about the loss, they may have been talking about ad revenue on like live TV, which that's only part of their revenue source now, because you have streaming is more predominant now.
Right.
But yeah,
Not only is it streaming on Paramount Plus and whatnot, but it was also, he, just like Kimmel, he has his own YouTube channel which gets millions and millions of views and stuff, reposts and all that stuff. So you get the ad revenue from that, you know, and all this other.
plus he also is verified on TikTok, on Instagram. He's everywhere.
Yeah, so don't give me that shit that advertisers weren't paying out.
No.
yeah. I have a feeling that they were talking about the ad, because every single late night ad rep, or actually I should say anything that's airing live TV is losing revenue. It's been that way since, for a decade or whatever, but they make it up in streaming essentially.
Yeah.
So it sounds like if there was money lost, they're just manipulating. They're giving you that one little fact. Yeah, it's losing revenue when it's airing, but they didn't talk about streaming and et cetera, et cetera.
Exactly.
Yeah, but again, I couldn't even verify the number. I was looking. They said something like 40 million, and I'm trying to find out. I feel like it was a right wing pundit who just said it, and then everybody else who was right wing was like, "Oh, that's the number. They're losing that."
Fox News.
Puppets.
Yeah.
Puppets.
Dude, I watched some segments from Fox News, and that shit is scripted. They don't even have their own opinions. They're like reading it from a teleprompter, but exactly scripted. Now, I know that most news stories are teleprompted, and that's fine.
Yeah,
but
they write. They'll write it teleprompted, but
their opinions are scripted.
Yeah. You can obviously tell because they're so formulated versus.
Well, they all say the exact same thing,
Yeah, and it's also sometimes they also deliver it the same way, regardless of the. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's something about it that's off, and not just because it's Fox News, but like it's weird. I don't know how anybody can like watch that and go, yeah, this is serious in any capacity.
No. I mean, I don't want to turn this entire stream into a Fox News hate thing, but Jesus Christ, that's all I gotta say. You know what I mean?
They are banned in other countries.
Yeah, it's banned in other countries because it's propaganda. Anyway. Anyway.
I think that's all we have for today.
Well, I just want to add that a lot of people get confused because they say Disney owns Fox, so that Disney supports. They do not. They own Fox, the movie studio. Fox, the news studio, is a separate entity. Just to clarify.
Yeah, Fox News is owned. They didn't buy that. They bought. They don't own like the sports, I think, or
they only own 20th Century Fox. And its subsidiaries like FX and
CBS, or not CBS. Yeah, FX and Fox and maybe something else. I don't know. Hulu.
But everything else is a separate entity. So no, Disney is not behind Fox News stories or any of that shit. I don't know why that conspiracy's out there, but I can understand why there's a confusion.
People look thoroughly into anything.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
But anyways, outside of that, the big event for Colbert, Kimmel is back, which I'm excited or happy for. And no, he's not moving to Italy. For those of you who believe that, he did, I don't know what else to say about that, but it's just totally fabricated. And I know that most recently, because of the Paramount CBS acquisition merger thingy, whatever they were doing there, that it once again has caused issues with the Friday the 13th franchise. So don't expect the Crystal Lake TV show to be happening anytime soon. I was kind of hyped for it. I wanted to see it, because it was just going to be an anthology show of different people visiting Crystal Lake over the years as Jason was active. So every episode would have just been a bunch of kids getting killed. Would have been cool. You know what I mean?
That would have been cool.
But it's not happening as far as I can understand, or it's been delayed because when the merger screwed things up, and now nobody knows who owns what rights. Sean Cunningham still out there.
They were their 45th celebration thing, and they were going to have all these announcements and about upcoming movies and games. They may have already talked about that, but
speaking of horror-based games, this is something that might interest you. There is a Halloween game.
I did see that.
It's basically like the Friday the 13th game that came out already a while ago, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game and all that stuff. You basically play a babysitter on the night of Halloween. And Michael Myers is coming after you, and I think when you play online, one of you gets to be Michael Myers.
Yeah, and it looked cool because it looked like Haddonfield. You know what I mean?
Right. So there is that. I don't know when that comes out. but I know it's not a major AAA studio that's making it, so the game is probably going to be cheap. You're probably looking at like $30 to $40, and it will be released, I know, on Steam for sure. I'm not sure if it's coming to consoles.
Yeah, no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2026. Yeah, it'll be on PC, PS5, Xbox. Yeah, it looks like it's could be on everything.
Okay. Well, so any other news?
I got nothing.
No, nobody watches the
You?
news around here. The news
No.
is depressing. That's what it is. The news
It
is
is.
depressing.
Yeah.
I avoid Facebook most days now. I avoid turning on the news. I once in a while I'll catch Reuters or Al Jazeera, but for actual factual stuff. But but other than that,
We avoid it.
life has come to the point where comedy movies used to make these as plot lines, and now they're becoming reality, and it's no longer funny. So,
Hasn't been funny.
Idiocracy.
yeah. I've still never really sat down and watched that movie.
Neither have I.
Yeah, I mean that. Yeah, I get like you watch it now and you're like, "Fuck."
Yeah,
You're
but,
laughing.
but back
You're
then,
laughing and you're crying.
yeah, back then it just wasn't my flavor. Again, I'm like Jamie in the sense where I don't dislike comedies, but I'm very picky when it comes to my comedies. I'm more of a dark
That's how
humor
I am too.
type of person. I like really.
I
dark
find
stuff.
horror films more comedic than I do comedies.
Sometimes that is very true.
I have yet to find very many comedies to make me laugh.
I like the
At least in
comedies
the last couple of decades.
where it takes real situations and shows you how absurd it is. Like Fargo, for example. I find Fargo hilarious because it's a real situation, or like realistic situations that are so absurd that you can't help but laugh because you're like, I can totally see this. It doesn't feel forced, like a forced comedic moment.
Yeah. So.
But all right, guys. I guess that will be the end of our stream.
All right.
Yeah.
Everybody have a great weekend.
Yeah. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And make sure you guys watch all the way through the videos. I can tell you on a few videos, there were, after the end stuff, the end credits play, I sometimes include a little bit of a bonus clip of something at the end of those. So make sure it's like a post-credit scene, like a Marvel post-credit scene. So make sure you guys stay tuned through some of those. You got to so you can see all that good stuff. But again, catch me tomorrow on Twitch, twitch.tv/RagingAntibody. First from 11 to 3, we're going to be doing Panic Core, and then again 6 to 9 for Chronos: The New Dawn. Otherwise, Tuesday will be the Dexter review and breakdown for the full season. Wednesday will be for The Long Walk. Thursday,
The Conjuring.
The Conjuring. Yep, you're right, The Conjuring. Then on Thursday will be Alien Earth. I believe episode 6 is the newest one. And and then of course our weekly list videos and stuff. So,
yes.
All right, guys, thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.